Bequiet is finally back at it again with their new approach of creating the best PC fan possible. After about 4 years, it's finally time to push the iconic Silent Wing 3s to their well-deserved rest and take a look at Bequiet's new flagship all-rounder fan, the Silent Wing 4. But because that wasn't enough, stay tuned, cause Bequiet went all in with a special Silent Wing Pro 4 version with even more power and even more features, and giving me the possibility to show off all of that Bequiet thingies that they send along. Recently, I had the pleasure to be brought up to speed about those new and supposedly amazing Silent Wing 4s and those extra Pro versions. And in this overview video, we will have a closer look at what is coming our way and what performance and use cases we can expect once those real embargoes will lift and we can start to finally show off the benchmarks. But first, how do they look? Well, unlike every other iteration of their Silent Wings, the new version 4 update does not use the same type of wing design that Bequiet is actually known for. Until now, we had 7 very thick blades that were pushing the air through that frame. The only higher level Bequiet fan that did not follow this approach was their Lightwing 120 high speed. And as it turned out, during the Silent Loop 2 360 review, the Lightwings performed significantly better than their theoretically higher class Silent Wing counterparts. On the new Silent Wing 4s, Bequiet seems to have doubled down on that Lightwing approach with 9 heavily bent wings. But compared to the Lightwings, they did use other higher grade components in order to create essentially the perfect product. 6-pole motor, 300k hours, graded fluid dynamic bearing, you know, the good stuff. Now I do want to point out a very interesting thing. If we look at the best of the best fans that are topping the benchmark charts right now, we have things like the Fantex T30 and Nokia NF-A12X25. And I believe it's very interesting that with the addition of the new Silent Wing 4s, we now have basically every high-end fan company moving towards a design with many and heavily bent wings and a central piece which seems to get a lot bigger with every generation. However, especially compared to the A12 and T30, there are crucial differences to the Silent Wing 4s that might create a very interesting benchmark result later on. While both the T30 and A12 are made out of LCP, the Silent Wings have doubled down on just staying on PBT with a 30% fiberglass mix. This of course means that the fan is not as stiff as a LCP version, meaning that, for example, the blades cannot be brought as close to the frame as on an A12 or a T30. However, the Silent Wings 4 did got an improvement of a 1mm gap between the blades and the frame, instead of the 1.2mm we had before. But with that said, compared to the T30 and A12, the Silent Wing 4s are the only of the bunch that come with some sort of a blade structure. I'm talking about those rails that are engraved into the fan blades themselves. And who knows, in the end, this might be the reason why they win or why they do not win. We will see about that. Also interesting to note here is that the octagonal shape inlet of the frame seems to be gone. This is now completely replaced with a perfectly round one, like basically every other fan. How this will play out, we will have to see. However, I was told that it was due to the previous generations not being very much optimized for radiator usage, whereas the new one will hopefully make a lot of improvements and help to force the air through that. On the installation front, a Silent Wing 4 will have a lot coming from a Silent Wing 3. However, they did quite a lot of improvements here. Similarly to the last generation, we will keep those individual mounting edges, one to be used with those push pins and the other one with normal screws. However, as you might remember, removing those ends is a very finicky experience, and finicky is a very positive adjective in this case. On the new Silent Wing 4, on the other hand, we will have finger-thick push parts that will release off the fan. So you know, you don't need to jam anything in there anymore. It's a good improvement. Now, there might be even more improvements, or we might find more little interesting things to discover once we can examine the real thing. But for now, let's take a look at the lineup that they presented for the new Silent Wing 4. In total, bequiet will come up with 6 different Silent Wing 4 versions in the 120mm form factor. We will have a standard 3-pin version, a PWM version, and a PWM high-speed version at 1600 or 2500 RPM respectively. What's quite interesting to see here is the improvement of airflow and static pressure compared to the Silent Wing 3. Especially because the new design will most probably heavily favor static pressure. For the normal speed version, the fan will push 48 CFM at 1.79mm of H2O and 67 CFM at 3.96mm of H2O. And what's interesting to see here is that the slower fan does not really seem to be an actual improvement on paper. However, once we speed up the fan, the numbers start to increase dramatically. Very interesting, but we will need to wait for the real review. For the 140mm form factor, we will have the same lineup of fans. Here, the slower versions are running at 1100 RPM and pushing 51 CFM at 0.92mm of H2O, or 1900 RPM at 78 CFM at 2.36mm of H2O. Again, pretty much the same difference. With the general lineup, the normal people lineup covered, let's get to the real deal, the best of the bunch, the fan that you and I would get, the bequiet Silent Wing Pro 4, the new flagship fan. There are only 2 versions of this fan, a 120 and a 140mm version, both of which will be having a 4-pin PWM header. However, there are a lot of improvements compared to the standard version. Let's start with the actual header, because that got me actually excited. Instead of the usual highly finicky PWM header, I hate that thing, the Pro version will come with a sleeved cable and a very big header where the area where you are supposed to pull on is a lot bigger and actually, finger-sized. And I highly appreciate this. Installing and removing PWM headers over and over again is not like the most enjoyable process. I think we all know that. And doing that like 20 times and at some point you will probably stop touching the actual header and you will just pull on the cables, and let's just say I have a graveyard of fans with broken PWM connections or extensions that are broken because of that, so that's a really great improvement. But also the frame of the fan got a big update. Instead of the inlet-outlet design, the Pro versions will come with sort of a full frame design, similarly to what basically every other fan is doing out there. This way, the stiffer and bulkier design will help with the structural integrity and that sort of thing. And believe me, we will need that integrity in a minute. Another extra addition to the Pro version will be a 3rd set of mounting corners. Additionally to the push pin and the screw version, we will also get a radiator optimized corner. Although you might now believe that the regular versions are not usable with radiators, that's not true. You still can take a normal bequiet Silent Wing 4 and mount it on whatever you want. However, these optimized corners are trying to eliminate the possibility of any sort of air leakage around the frame, which apparently was an issue on the last few generations, and this should be solving it, so we will see that. Now, before we get to the last special feature, let's talk about the actual purpose of these fans. Extremely high speeds. The 120mm Pro version is capable of spinning at up to 3000 RPM whilst pushing 83 CFM at 5.31mm of H2O. The 140mm version, on the other hand, is spinning at 2400 RPM at 97.4 CFM at 3.64mm of H2O. Now, how these numbers will translate into real-world performance, PQ curve and that kind of stuff, that has still to be seen. My advice to everybody is just to not believe or not blindly believe manufacturer numbers. You never know, and comparing a fan A to a fan B of different brands is basically a useless thing if you do it just on specs. Those numbers are calculated in a black room and nobody knows what they are doing. At 3000 RPM, the T30s are 30 or 40% in front of the Silent Wing 4 Pros. And 30 and 40% is a lot, so I just don't believe that. And we will see how they actually compare once we can do the actual review. With that out of the way, there is a last feature that bequiet baked in, and we know that feature. The feature that is seemingly finding its way into every manufacturer's house. But believe me, bequiet got, I believe, the best approach for now. this speed switch. This little dial will be present on the back side of each Silent Wing 4 Pro fan, because there seem to be people who are buying the over-the-top gear without knowing what a PWM curve is. So for those people, a switch. However, until now I was quite annoyed, let's say, about these switches, because they were always placed in locations where switching it actually requires me to completely remove the fan out of the case and then switch it and then I put it back in, which is not a very good approach. On here, for now, it seems to be the best way. Because if you put the switch on the frame, you might obstruct it with the case itself, which makes it impossible to reach once you install a fan in the front, for example. And having it as a little freaking dot in the back of the fan makes it just impossible to reach it from any side, because my fingers are just too fat for that. This one, however, seems to be a lot bigger. This way it is reachable no matter what direction you installed it in the front. And in the back it might be big enough to reach if, for example, you use something like a pen and you go through the mesh cutouts. I'm not saying it was designed to be used that way, or that it is even possible. I will need to see that once I have it, but it seems to me that it is reachable without removing the fan from the case, which is finally something exciting about that damn dial. And I guess this was the whole Silent Wing 4 lineup, including the new Pro version. I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I think they look quite interesting, or at least they look high quality, and I can just hope that the performance also reflects that. So yeah, make sure to be subscribed to not miss the video or the reviews, depending on how many I will get. And in the meantime, have a look at our take on the Lightwings. I guess they pretty much just used those as a testing ground, and it kind of worked. Anyway, thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I love that you can repurpose Be Quiet brand stuff as a comment to tell people to,